The Children's Hospice Association Scotland, or CHAS as it's affectionately known, runs all three of Scotland's children's hospice services: Rachel House in Kinross, Robin House in Balloch, and the Inverness-based CHAS at Home service, which offers invaluable support to families in their own homes in the Highlands. But what does a children's hospice do?
The purpose of a children's hospice is to provide palliative care for children and young people who are not expected to live into adulthood. These families often require care over a long period because the conditions that the children have often last for a long time, and it's very emotionally and physically exhausting for families.
I think for new families to come to the hospice, it is quite daunting because you think a hospice, you think, oh no, it's somewhere where you children or even adults go to die, and it is so not that. So our boys described it as a hotel for kids because they get to do whatever they want, whenever they want. It's just such a happy place to go.
The general impression you get is that it's just another home. And that was the best bit about it. There was nothing clinical about it.
Every family who uses CHAS has different needs and circumstances, just like this family.
We're referred to Rachel House by one of the community nurses at Aberdeen's Children's Hospital. Our son was about 6 months at the time and had just been taken into hospital for some tests. It was a very, very daunting time for us. They thought that he had a condition called Pelizaeus-Merzbacher disease, and we were told that it was death in infancy. So it was a very, very difficult time, and she felt that this would be a very positive thing for us to come here, and it would benefit the whole family.
I think the first time we came down, it was only for a very short visit, just to have a look round, see if Rachel House was going to be appropriate for Greg and for the family on a whole. And immediately we came in through the door, we met the family liaison officer who'd come up to Aberdeen, spent maybe 2-3 hours with us to explain what Rachel House was about. So we felt at home straight away. The staff were all very nice, and it was just before lunchtime we came down and we thought, time to head out, but it was a case of no, you're here, you're part of the family already, sit down, have lunch, speak to the other families that are already using the service. So we felt at home straight away, yeah.
Rachel House offers support by providing first-class care for the child and young people, while at the same time giving families the opportunity to relax, recharge their batteries and have a break. Rachel House offers short planned breaks for the child or young person and their whole family.
For me, it's my heaven on earth. I get to come up here and be me.
Everything just kind of falls into place when you're here.
It's just such a brilliant place. It actually lifts your spirits when you come here. You might come in and think, oh, everything's going so bad, but you actually leave the place with a smile because it's just fantastic.
The services that we provide for parents at a children's hospice are the opportunity for respite care. They often very rarely get a full night's sleep. So when they come to a children's hospice, they can put the care of their child or young person into very skilled staff and then just go away and relax. And overnight, they don't need to get up, they don't need to worry about turning the children or giving of medication. That all gets done for them.
Rachel House is purpose-built to provide home-from-home accommodation for up to 8 families at any one time.
It was good to know as well that when I come in then with the boys that I could have my rest. I got the weekend off from my normal physio, turning them at night, toilet and having to brush their teeth, just do all that, everything you do every day. And it's just nice then to spend time with my husband and there are 2 girls, and knowing that, Gregor now, and Gary at the time, were getting cared for.
Rachel House offers a range of professional expertise such as nursing and medical care. And it's got the very best facilities for children and young people with special needs. This snoozling room is designed to give sensory stimulation in a safe, relaxing environment, and you can see why it's become a firm favourite with everyone. And this jacuzzi gives a supported form of exercise for those children and young people who may spend the majority of their time in wheelchairs or may be bedridden. It's also fun. Children and young people need to play, And children and young people with life-limiting conditions are no different, except they often need special facilities to explore their environment and to challenge themselves in the same way that every other child takes for granted. Everyone knows that children of different ages have very different likes and dislikes, and the children and young people using Rachel House are no different. So the hospice has to have all the bases covered. Rachel House offers lots of activities, such as the chance to get involved in making music, creating art, or going on trips like to the cinema or to concerts. It really depends on what the children and young people themselves want to do.
When I come to Rachel House, I look forward to just talking to the other people that are in and going into the games room, playing computer games with them and just having a laugh. So.
I think what we look forward most is probably seeing folk that we know and just chatting and having a laugh, playing some music stuff, just enjoying the free time and seeing our friends. So.
And gets you away from the house and stuff like that. So I suppose it's always good to have a break.
I think Greg knows the minute he walks through the door that he is here and he knows exactly the experiences that he's going to have. He loves the snoozlim, he likes interacting with all of the other children. The carers are second to none, and they never ever come home empty-handed.
The care team work hand in hand with social services and extend spiritual support to those that want it. Chas also are always there 24 hours a day, so that families can phone any time, day or night, and Chas can provide emergency care at either hospice or in the child or young person's home. The excellent staff are complemented by very many dedicated volunteers from all different backgrounds, who together provide a varied and invaluable pool of experience and dedication.
The volunteers are amazing. I mean, the people that come in, when you arrive on the Friday night and, we come straight from work, so you're getting here about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and your meal's ready for you, and they're like, oh, just leave your bags, somebody will take them up for you. When you come in, if you're just in at that sort of time, just leave them, we'll sort your bags, we'll leave them at your room for you. And the food, and it's just fantastic. And as I say, the volunteers come in to babysit. They'll phone us and say, right, are you younger and wanting to go out? We can arrange a babysitter. And it's difficult when you're at home because you need somebody who can deal with Gregor, not just the girls, so somebody that can toilet Gregor. So when you're here, Gregor's getting dealt with and the girls have got somebody to come in.
At Rachel House, they will look after your child or young person, leaving you to decide whether you wish to take part in group meals downstairs or prepare your own in the comfort of your own area upstairs. You and your child will have separate rooms, which the staff will modify with personal items to make sure it feels like a home from home during your stay. And when you stay for a planned break, you can come as a family and enjoy some relaxation and time together, or you can leave your child in their care while you catch up on things back at home, or take a holiday. Whatever you choose to do or not to do, it's always up to you. Chas will try and fit into your needs and wishes.
Instead of getting up every morning at 5 to start your medicines and drugs and feeds before you go and do your own work, there's somebody here who'll do that for you.
For a charity like Chas, the level of the support they provide would be impossible were it not for volunteers. Chas volunteers can be of any age or walk of life. Some are young people still at school, others are unemployed, retired, or taking a career break. Many more are in full-time employment. But what all Chas volunteers have in common is endless enthusiasm. They want to help, to share their skills, and to make a difference. As the end of a child or young person's life approaches, care staff will work alongside staff at home or in hospital to ensure that everything that can possibly be done is done to support the child or young person and their families. And that support carries on after the child or young person's death for as long as the family needs it. We've included a separate section on this DVD which tells you about bereavement support that Rachel House offers to families. If you wish to view this, simply select the option from the menu.
I would say if any parent feels they could do with the facility just to speak to somebody, because they were very, very welcoming to us. It was probably the only thing that we hadn't had to fight for, hadn't had to fill forms in for, and hadn't had to apply for. We spoke to somebody, they came out to visit, and they literally sat down and said, when would you like to come?
I'd like to thank the staff and the volunteers very much for making this, the stay actually very comfortable, enjoyable, and making you feel welcome. Because the minute you walk through that door, everybody just can't do enough for you, and it's a complete kind of takeover.
Rachel House and Robin House and Chas at Home are about improving the quality of life. They are vibrant, life-affirming places. And far from being a sad place, it's a wonderfully enriching celebration of every child and young person's potential and of life itself, however short it may be. Chas welcomes children and young people ordinarily up to 16 years of age at first referral who have a progressive illness or life-limiting condition. If you want to talk to Rachel House about your situation, you can call them directly. The number is on the screen. Or if you prefer, you can talk to a professional who knows your family well, such as your GP, paediatrician, health visitor, or social worker, who can contact Rachel House on your behalf. Rachel House staff will then contact you and arrange to talk about referral.